Miguel Vicin spent many of his formative years in Barcelona, and 9 years ago, he discovered the delights of Pintxos, the tapas of the Basque Country in San Sebastian.
So today I'm gonna make for you almejas and salsa verde. So they're clams, basically with olive oil, garlic, and parsley. Very simple dish, very typical in Spain. So we put the oil and garlic. We normally have the garlic pre-cooked, so it's already fried. About a teaspoon of flour. We normally don't need to put salt because clams will release a lot of their juices. So we put the clams. And we just have to let the clams open a bit. And we need to put about half a glass of white wine. A bit of parsley, which we can add later on. And all we need to do now is just wait for the clams to open up. But it normally takes 2, 3, 4 minutes. If you want to accelerate this process, you can cover the pan. It will open up faster, but this should be fast enough. So as you can see, the clams are already opening up. This won't take more than 3 minutes. Most of the stuff we do here is really fast and quick. We don't really complicate ourselves so much with a lot of complicated steps. You can add a bit more of parsley. Just to, this is called salsa verde because it's the sauce becomes green because of the parsley and the white wine. So you just need to let this boil for about 5 minutes and that's it. So now we just gotta plate the dish. If there's any unopened clams, just take them out of the dish. Add a bit more of parsley. You don't need to put salt because there's already, the clams are salty enough. And then we just put a bit of olive oil. And that's the dish.
Bar Pintxos was started by Miguel Vicin and Tincho Gonzalez, whose small business startup of Spanish delicatessen items, Tierra, eventually led to the serendipitous opening of Bar Pintxos 3 years ago.
How did you all meet?
Tincho and I met about 15 years ago with a common friend. I had a common business, the chorizo business, with this common friend, and he introduced Tincho to us because Tincho was working with him. That's how we met, and that's how we started working.
When did Uncle Randy, Tito Randy get into the picture?
We've known him since before. We had another business that he helped us out. He moved to New Zealand, and when he came back, we met again, and we started working together.
It's good.
I hold Bar Pintxos directly responsible for starting the GNT craze in the city. And their selection of gins and tonics, the widest in the city, served Spanish style in balloon glasses, is exactly like those in the small bars of Madrid.
Who takes care of development of your gin and tonics?
Well, it's a team effort, but we research, Miguel looks into it. Yeah, depends on what gin that we buy.
You always try to match, but we can't do all because we have, at one point we had over 100 kinds of gin.
I know, right.
So
right, yeah.
it was hard to have one for every, but we always try to look at a common ingredient in the gin and then maybe put a slice of mango or something that we call.
I'm really glad that I could share this gin with you. And so what would be next for Bar Pintxos? What's your plan?
Well, for me, I think Bar Pintxos, we're okay where we are now. We have 3 branches. I don't want to spread ourselves too thin. We have other concepts coming up. So Spanish concepts, but maybe possibly one, not fine dining, but restaurant type, and then a couple of other, maybe a tapas restaurant.
The Pintxos here are spectacular. They are exactly the same as those that can be found in the small bars that line the cobblestone streets of San Sebastian.
Updated, then we have special dishes, new dishes that come out every month. We celebrate certain evenings, let's say like San Fermin, a couple of weeks back. So, but Miguel is always inspired. So when he's inspired, then we are inspired.
Who inspires him? You?
I don't, we inspire each other.
Okay.
So it's a good combo, Miguel and I, what we do. He works in the back, I work at the front. We try to work with each other. We actually work very well with each other.
The only limit to your selection of Pintxos is your imagination. And Bar Pintxos, taking inspiration from Cuchara, Bordaberry, and Gandarias in San Sebastian, truly has the numero uno Pintxos in Metro Manila.
You know, we're blessed in that way that people are very appreciative about the food that we actually give out.
Yeah, and we are likewise appreciative of what you've done,
we
and
appreciate that. Those are
the
good
way
blessings.
the way you've continued innovating, not just for the Pintxos but for the drinks as well. But yeah, I'd like to close this with a bite of the hamon alioli.
Just to mention, this is the first pincho that Miguel actually made.
I know, yeah.
It's crazy. It's house-made alioli. 16 months cured reserva hamon serrano shredded. And alioli on top. That's how simple it is.
Everyone, this is the Pintxos that made Bar Pintxos.
The next best thing to a food tour in San Sebastian, an afternoon that leans into dusk and turns into night, eating, drinking, and loving Bar Pintxos.